very back? Okay, we can do sure, we can do any section you want. All right, number 10 on the very back. This is 6.4 part 2, which is radicals, right? We have to simplify this radical. Now, if we have the cube root of 8, a to the 4th, b to the 15th. Now, you guys have your handy dandy little chart. We're looking for a cube root, and we're looking for the number 8, and the cube root is a perfect cube. So the cube root of 8 is 2. 2, I say 2. Okay. Now the a. Let's see, we have a to the exponent, numerator 4, divided by the root 3. We're only going to take 3 of the 4 out of there, right? So we're taking one group, I say, of 3. So I have a to the one group of 3. How many a's do I have left over? If I take a group of 3 out of 4. 1. But it's got to stay under that cube root. Okay? How about b to the 15th? I got to take b to the 15 divided by 3 gives me b to the 5. Nothing left over. That, my friends, is the answer. Need I say more? Easy peasy. Now, number 9, if the root isn't showing, what's the root? That's the exponents. 2, right, Blake? 2. So there's a 2 for our root. Bless you, Mister. All right, so let's see. I'm going to look at my squares, and I'm going to look for 32, and it's not on there. So what do? I use profanity and skip it, right? Yeah. Okay. I need to find hopefully you guys remember this. I need to find the largest perfect square that's a factor of 32. So I need to find a factor of a perfect square. I'm sorry, of a perfect square that's a factor of 32. Now, I know it's not 36 because 36 is bigger than 32. Can't be a factor. How about 25? Is 25 the factor of 32? No. How about 16? Yes. Okay. I can do 16. I'm going to do this. I'm going to rewrite this. The square root of 16 times 2. It gives me 32, right? Right. Okay. X to the 4th, y to the 7th, z squared. Okay. What's the square root of 16? Look at your chart. 4. Don't forget the 2. It's going to stay over here. Now, you don't have to put the 2 there, but if you want, go ahead. All right, that takes care of this 2. What about x to the 4 divided by 2? X squared, right? You guys look lost, or you're like, really don't care? Yes. Yes. Or do you guys got this? Do you know how I got x squared, Patrick? Okay. I'm actually doing this problem off to the side. I'm taking the square root of x4. Okay. Change that to exponent form. X to the exponent 4 divided by the root 2. What's 4 divided by 2? That's how I got my x squared. Okay? Anybody else? Okay. Takes care of my x to the 4th. Y to the 7th. Y to the 7th. Y to the 7 divided by 2. What does that give me? 3.5, right? 3.5. So it's going to be y to the 3 and 1/2 left over, right? So I'm going to write that, put that 1/2 underneath my radical. It's y to the 1. I have 1 left. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. If you want to put your 1 there, go ahead. Yes, it is. In other words, the largest whole number I get from 7 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6, but I still have 1 to make up. That's where this guy comes in. Yes, sir. No, because you probably ran out of ink. It broke. Why do you want to trade now? I don't believe you. Okay, what's z to the 2 divided by 2? Just z to the 1st, right? Cool. Any questions? See, no. Yeah, now I think you conned me. Questions, comments, concerns? Yeah, it seems to work. All right, let's do the top row. Okay, change to exponent form. I'm going to do what's inside the parentheses first, or underneath the radical, I should say. Let's both have an exponent of 1. So I have the 5th root. Remember, I have an exponent outside the parentheses, so I have to multiply. I get 2 to the 4th, b to the 4th. Then I have to change this to exponent. So this becomes, let's see, 2. My exponent is 4, becomes the numerator. My root is 5, becomes the denominator. The b, the exponent's 4, and the denominator is 5. I could have done this another way too, but I don't know. Might confuse you. Can we what? Yeah, that's another way you can do it. You could do this as 2b to the 4/5. Either way. All right, number 7. Huh? Oh, wait, we got to do number 6. Okay, if there's no root showing, what is it? 2. Now this one we can go straight to the other way too. We can do xy to the exponent 9 root 2. It's probably shorter. Number 7, my root is what? 5x to the 1st. And number 8, I have 5y, what's my exponent? And my root is 2. Questions, comments, concerns? Stop. Hey, stop. Stop. Questions, comments, concerns? I can't hear it, but I think you guys can. All right, let's go back a page. Number 9, page 3. I have, first of all, I'm going to put in my exponents that are not showing. I have an exponent outside parentheses, so I have to multiply all the exponents, correct? So I get 3 to the 1 times 3 is 3. X to the negative 3 times 3 is x to the negative 9. Y to the 5 times 3 is 15. Am I done? No, because I have a negative exponent. So I have 3 cubed. If you want to multiply it out, that's fine. I get 27. Otherwise, you can leave it as 3 cubed. X to the 9 goes in the bottom because I want to make it positive. And y to the 15 stays on top. There's my answer. Questions, comments, concerns? Of course not. You know how to do this. Okay, number 10. What's 16 divided by 8? What do I do with the exponents when I'm dividing? Okay, so I have negative 7 minus negative 3. You with me? C, I have 8 minus 4. Good. Okay, negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. Again, I cannot have negative numbers in my answer. I'm going to put it over 1. That leaves me with 2c4 over a to the 4th. There's my answer. Okay, number 11. Yes, sir. Got it. Okay, I have an exponent outside parentheses, so I have to multiply every exponent by 3 for the numerator. Nothing to do in the denominator yet. Okay, let's see. X to the 0 minus 4. Y to the 6 minus a negative 1. Gives me x to the negative 4. Y to the 6 plus 1 is 7. I have a negative exponent, so I need to put that in the denominator, make it positive. ¿Comprendes? Are we good? Are we good? Let's do the one right underneath it, 13. I'm going to put exponents that are not showing. Okay, negative 2. I'm going to have to multiply every exponent, aren't I? So, 3 to the 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. X to the 1 times negative 2 is... Hey, you guys need to pay attention. No, you're not. You're playing video games. And y to 0. Okay, what's anything raised to the 0? That's right, 1. Okay, I got to get rid of my negative exponent, so I'm going to put them in the denominator. I'm just going to flip this whole thing around. Okay, 3x squared, x squared. Questions, comments, concerns? And 15, or I'm sorry, 12. I'm going to put my onesies there. 5 has a 1. Let's see, 2 times 1 is 5 squared. X to the negative 2 times 2, negative 4, over 2 times 3 is y to the 6. 2 times 7 is x to the 14th. I have 25. Where's my x to the, oh, I'm sorry, x to the negative 4 minus 14. What does that give me? X to the negative 4 minus 14. X to the negative 18, right? Where's it going to go? That's right, the bottom. I'm going to change it to positive. And y to the 6 doesn't change at all. It stays where it's at. There's my answer. Then we did 6.4 part 2 where we had rational exponents or fractional exponents. Now, number one would be a good candidate to group everything together. So I'm going to group my numbers, 6 times 4. I'm going to group my x's, x to the 3/4 times x squared. And group my y's. I have y to the negative 7, 6, and y to the 1/3. Okay, what's 6 times 4? That's right, 24. Now, when I have the same base, what do I do with the exponents? Add them. How are you guys going to add them? What's the easiest way for you guys to add them? Yeah, your calculators. Okay, so I have 3/4 plus 2. Enter, hit math, enter, enter, and I get 11/4. Okay, y to the, now look at this. This is actually bigger than negative 1, right? It's negative 1 and a 6. It's bigger than the positive, so where's my y going to end up? On the bottom. Okay, negative 1, 6. Sorry, 7, 6. Plus 1/3. Math, enter, enter, 5, 6. See how easy that is? Easy peasy. Now, you should be able to do 21 in your head. At this point in your mathematical life, you should be able to do 21, or number 2. Okay, outside the parentheses, so I have to multiply each exponent. X to the 0 times 7/3. It's just going to be x to the 0, which is 1. What's 6/5 times 7/3? You guys are going to have to use your calculators. I can tell you that it's 14/5 right off the bat. What'd you get? You should get 14/5. You can leave it like this, or you can just put it as y to the 14/5. I don't care either one. Questions, comments, concerns yet? All right, let's keep going until the bell rings because you guys need to practice, practice, practice. Number 3. I can't divide 15 by 25, but I can reduce it to what? That's right, 3/5. X we're subtracting 6 minus negative 2/5. What do I get? What do I? 32/5, right? So x positive 32/5. Okay, what is y to the negative 2 minus 8/5? Negative 18/5. So it's going to go in le bottom. And that's my answer. I bet you we can get number 4 done. Let's do it. Okay, first, nothing going on with my x to the 2/5. I have to distribute 2 to each exponent. I get 7 to the, or just 7 squared, x to the negative 4/5, and y to the 14/4. Okay, I'm adding here, so I get x to the 2/5 plus a negative 4/5. 2/5 plus a negative 4/5. Math, enter, enter. It's a negative 2/5, so it's going to go in the denominator as x to the 2/5. 7 squared and y to the 14/4. Questions, comments, concerns? You've been a wonderful audience. Please leave your tips in the tip jar on your way out.